Hello everyone. So this is a new video. I mean the first video of my channel, and this channel will be based on love stories because we all know in today's world love is going like out of control. We are not getting love, we are not getting care, we are not getting that association. So I think through this channel I would like to rebuild that trust or that love really exists in today's world. Maybe it may not last to marriage, or it may not last till the end, or it may, okay, it may last till the end. So there will be several types of love stories where love actually was there in depth. So today also I am going to share you a love story. I'm going to read one for you all. I hope you like it. The title of the love story is We Loved But Quietly. Love doesn't always end with two people walking together into forever. Sometimes it ends with silence, distance, and a lifetime of what ifs. This is one of those love stories. She was someone who found happiness in the simplest pleasures, especially food. New places, new flavors, late evening cravings. That was her kind of joy. Life for her was meant to be tasted, explored, and celebrated in small bites. And then there was him, quiet, almost invisible in a crowd. A boy who felt everything deeply but spoke very little. The kind of person who would never say much but would do everything. He didn't fall in love loudly. He didn't make grand confessions or dramatic promises. He simply started showing up again and again for her. Even if it's a fight, it's a massacre, he would always show up first. He noticed the things she didn't even realize were about herself. What she liked to eat, when she was sad, what she craved when she was happy, which street corner had her favorite snacks, and which cafe made her smile without reason. He would wait for her, often longer than needed, just to see her face light up when he handed her something she loved. And slowly, without realizing, she started associating happiness with him. It wasn't just love, it was comfort, it was habit, it was home in a person. He made her cards for her simple it he made her cards simple, imperfect, but handmade. Words that weren't poetic but were real. Because he wasn't good with his expressions, but he was sincere in ways that didn't need perfection. And she fell in love with that sincerity. But love, no matter how pure, doesn't erase differences. He cared deeply, but sometimes that care came out as control. Sometimes his silence turned into frustration. Sometimes his love sounded rude. And she began to feel torn. Because love should feel warm, not heavy. Yet she stayed. Because she knew his intentions were never wrong. He just didn't know how to love gently. But their biggest differences were not in their personalities, they were in the worlds they came from. She belonged to a family where freedom was natural, where choices were discussed, not imposed, where laughter was loud, opinions were welcome, and life was lived without constant fear of judgment. He came from a world that was quieter, stricter, where traditions were not questioned, only followed, where respect often meant silence, where boundaries were drawn long before emotions could cross them. She believed love should feel like breathing, easy, open, free. He believed love came with responsibilities, rules, and limits. And somewhere between her freedom and his restraint, they both started losing parts of themselves. She tried to understand his world, and it felt too confined, too heavy with expectations she couldn't carry for a lifetime. And he tried to hold on to his values while loving her, but couldn't fully step out of the life he had always known. Along with this came the reality of different castes, different families, different expectations that had been built long before they even met. For her, family wasn't a part of life, it was her entire world. And he tried in his own way. But trying isn't always enough when understanding is missing. He couldn't sit comfortably with her parents, couldn't speak freely, couldn't become someone they could trust as their son. His silence, which once felt comforting to her, became a barrier for them. And slowly, what was once a love story started turning into a question. A question she wasn't ready to answer, because choosing him meant going against everything she had ever known, and choosing her family meant losing him. She stood in between, loving him, but fearing the life that came with that love. And he stood there too, hoping she would choose him. There was no dramatic endings, no loud goodbyes, no promises to wait forever. Just a quiet understanding that love sometimes is not enough. She moved on, married someone her family chose, built a life that looked right, even if it didn't feel the same. And him, he stayed that same quiet boy, still not good with words, still holding on to memories he never speaks about. And sometimes, in the middle of a busy street or a near food stall, she still remembers how someone once loved her so quietly, and she didn't even realize when it became the purest thing she ever had. And maybe that's what makes some love stories so unforgettable. Unforgettable. Yes. Not because they lasted forever, but because for a moment they felt like they could have. So, to end, some love stories don't need a happy ending to remain the most beautiful ones, but that love was pure, pure from heart. Thank you.